Samsung debuted its F-series smartphones in India with the launch of the Galaxy F41 last year in October. And 1 year later, I have with me its successor. This is the Samsung Galaxy F42 5G. Hello everyone, Aman here for Mr. Phone, and in this video let's talk about the Galaxy F42, see what are its pros, its cons, is it worth the upgrade and much more. But first, if you love our content, then definitely consider hitting that red subscribe button. It definitely motivates us, and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest videos. There are no second thoughts that the Galaxy F42 is a big smartphone and people with smaller hands could find the device a bit cumbersome to operate. But besides the size, I actually quite liked the new matte finish, which is a huge departure from the glossy finish of the F41. The textured lines look great. There's sheen depending on how light falls on the rear panel, and this matte aqua shade, which is kind of a subdued bluish grey, also looks amazing. The fingerprint sensor has also been moved to the side and works every bit fast and reliable as a physical fingerprint sensor should work. There's also a black vertical strip inside the camera island, which did trick me into thinking that okay, there's something different about this, but it is only a design insert, guys. Nonetheless, it looks good. Now, despite the increase in weight, you now get a 5000 mAh battery inside the Galaxy F42 5G versus the 6000 mAh battery that came inside the Galaxy F41. With that said, the battery life has been very good on the smartphone. We have been testing this phone for a little over a week now, and I can safely say that with medium to heavy usage, the Galaxy F42 should be able to at least last 2 days on a single charge if you are a casual user. In my usage, I regularly ran video loop tests, browsed the web and social media, checked a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that. And in doing so, I was easily getting about a day and a half worth of battery life with around 7 hours of screen on time, which I think is amazing. Although the charging speeds could be improved because the 15-watt charger which comes bundled in the box just doesn't cut it anymore. Anyway, moving on to the display, and this time around Samsung has decided to go with a TFT panel rather than an AMOLED panel. So this is a 6.6-inch Infinity V Full HD Plus LCD TFT display that refreshes at 90 Hz. Now, admittedly, the display isn't as color rich as a Samsung Super AMOLED panel, but for an LCD display, this is one of the best you can get on the market. Color calibration is good, and despite this being an LCD panel, I did not notice any sort of bleeding around the edges. Apart from this, watching movies or playing games was also a good experience, and the single bottom firing speaker does get reasonably loud without any audio distortion at higher volumes. And finally, the cherry on top is the 90 Hz refresh rate, which does make the whole experience smoother and better. Speaking of smooth, the Galaxy F42 5G is powered by the Dimesity 700 SoC and comes in two variants, 6GB RAM or 8GB RAM with 128GB storage standard on both. You can also expand the storage to up to 1TB via a dedicated microSD card slot, which is sweet. As for the software, you are getting OneUI Core version 3.1 atop Android 11. Here are some benchmarks for those interested. You can pause your screens and take a look. So performance-wise, again, the Galaxy F42 5G does a decent job. I did not face any sort of issues with daily tasks such as browsing the web, doing video calls, catching up on social media and all that stuff. Samsung sent me the 8GB RAM variant for testing, and during my time with the Galaxy F42 5G, RAM management has been solid. The device handles multitasking pretty well, app opening times are also decently fast, and the phone was also able to handle a bit of casual gaming, although don't expect much when it comes to sustained gaming performance. I also noticed that Samsung hasn't just provided the 90 Hz refresh rate feature just for the namesake. Instead, the 90 Hz thingy actually works in most of the apps, and I'm talking about these mainstream apps such as WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Chrome, or even Netflix, an app which is notorious for running in 60 Hz, even in phones that have 120 Hz refresh rate screens. So that is good. Now, besides all of this, what I did not like here is the amount of bloatware on offer, and that's the only con in my opinion in OneUI. But anyway, you can uninstall the bloatware apps. There's an option, so I don't think so all is lost. Apart from this, one of the main highlights of the smartphone has to be the support for 12 5G bands. So this phone is basically all set for the future. But for the present, there is carrier aggregation support. In my experience, there was 0 call drops. As for network speeds and reception, again, I faced no issues on the Jio 4G network. Now let's talk about the camera. At the rear, the Galaxy F42 5G gets 3 lenses, a 64 megapixel main camera, a 5 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and a 2 megapixel depth camera. Now, one thing that's interesting is that the ultra-wide camera and the depth camera on the Galaxy F42 have actually been downgraded from the Galaxy F41 if you look at the numbers. Since the Galaxy F41 came with an 8 megapixel ultra-wide angle camera versus the 5 megapixel unit on the F42 and a 5 megapixel depth camera versus the 2 megapixel depth camera on the Galaxy F42. Even at the front, there's an 8 megapixel sensor on the Galaxy F42 versus the 32 megapixel sensor that came on the Galaxy F41. But beyond the numbers, here's the performance, so please take a look at some of the samples. In good light, the Galaxy F42 5G is able to capture detailed and color-rich images. Although looking at some photos, I did feel that the camera algorithm could use some tweaking in regards to its HDR performance. But besides, be it indoors or outdoors, the color reproduction in most of the images seemed natural and closer to the source. The Galaxy F42 is also able to capture human skin tones pretty well, and even edge detection in portrait photos was decent. Now, when it comes to the low light performance, well, that's where the camera struggles, and while the night mode does help in boosting the exposure, the overall result is, again, as I said, average. Moving on with selfies, the Galaxy F42 again was able to capture the skin tones very well, but even here, when you take a selfie against a harsh light source, the HDR performance shows its weakness, but otherwise, selfies turned out fine on the Galaxy F42 for the most part. In terms of video recording, the Galaxy F42 can shoot up to 2K 30fps videos, and these videos that you are seeing on your screens right now were taken in a moving car, and it shows that the phone does seem to capture the colors nicely, and the overall videos, despite being shot in a moving car, as I said, feature minimal jerks. Shooting the front-facing video sample in a very noisy environment on the Samsung Galaxy F42 5G, and as soon as I mentioned the noisy environment thingy, that crazy sound that was coming totally stopped. So anyway, for audio, there are 2 mics on the smartphone, one at the top, one at the bottom. Let me know how does my audio sound. So I have already tested a couple of selfie videos, and I think so the phone does a very good job when it comes to capturing the audio. So the sound is back. You can make it out for yourselves. How does my audio sound, guys? Let me know in the comments. As for video, I think so the phone does a decent job when it comes to the color reproduction, although I would admit that the stabilization is a bit off. So in that case, I can only suggest that keep your hands steady as much as you can. But yeah, otherwise, this is what you can expect in terms of overall output of the front camera video recording on the Galaxy F42 5G. Your thoughts in the comments below. Cheers. In a nutshell, the Galaxy F42 5G is a solid upgrade over the Galaxy F41. Of course, it has a TFT screen and a 5000 mAh battery, which does seem to be a downgrade, but honestly, the screen of this phone is pretty good and the battery life has been more than amazing. On top of that, the Dimesity 700 chipset does bring significant performance and ISP boost over the Exynos 9611. On top of that, if you're looking for a future-proof 5G smartphone, there's support for 12 5G bands, guys, so that is great. Now, I do understand that the asking price is a bit high, and if you decide to get the phone during the ongoing Flipkart sale, then you can get the Galaxy F42 5G at a starting price of 17,999. But even in the long run, when the company does resort to the original prices, do note that there are always these bank offers and discounts that help a lot in bringing down the prices significantly. So definitely keep an eye on those. And that was my review of the Samsung. Okay. And that was my review of the Samsung Galaxy F42 5G. So guys, share your thoughts with me about this smartphone in the comments below. As always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Mr. Phone. I'll catch you all in the very next one. Thank you for watching.